Hey guys, so we have what seems to be the next Ultra character coming soon to Legends, soon being this week, obviously, because they teased the character here on Twitter. Looks like we got a teaser for the second part of the Majin Buu saga campaign. And it looks like the image that they're teasing us with is a flower with some butterflies with a nice day in the background, some blue skies, a few clouds, but overall sunny weather here. So I'm sure a lot of people probably looked at this and were like, okay, what the hell does this mean? Right. The dead giveaway that it's a Buu character, I mean, without even knowing what the reference is for this particular picture, is that the flower's pink, right? Majin Buu Saga, which is literally tagged here as a hashtag, and a pink flower. I mean, I'm pretty sure we can deduce what the overall character is. But when you take the reference into consideration, of course, it's referencing this right here, which is basically when Kid Buu first appeared. So this is Kid Buu after Super Buu basically became Buff Buu, and then I guess transformed or detransformed, however you want to think about it, into Kid Buu. This is his first appearance where he's standing on like the little ledge here, the little cliff side, and then proceeds to destroy the earth, right? So this is his initial appearance. This is pretty much exactly what this is depicting here. We got the two butterflies flying out to the left here. We got Kid Buu, the pink character, representing the flower, and then we have the little like cliffside or ledge here representing the stem of the flower with the blue sky in the background with a few clouds. Like, it's literally, this is it. This is what this is talking about. So it is now confirmed without a shadow of doubt that we are getting a Ultra Kid Buu this week. It has to be a new character. They're not doing another LF this month. It's just not going to happen. So yeah, this is it seems to be the formula they're going with for these campaigns, because if you guys remember back to the Powerful Opponent campaign, we did have a LF character, and then I believe it was exactly 2 weeks later we got Ultra Broly. So we got Cooler Than Broly. This celebration is pretty much formatted and structured the same way as the Powerful Opponent campaign was. So we had the Buu duo, the Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Vegeta tag character, and 2 weeks later now we have Buu, right? Ultra Buu coming out, Ultra Kid Buu coming out. So I assume moving forward in the future, when we have other saga celebrations, celebrations focused around the Frieza saga or the Cell saga or whatever saga they choose, it'll probably be formatted similarly to this, where we have LF character, 2 weeks later Ultra character, and then they can throw in like Zenkai's or free-to-play characters in there too as well. But that looks like what we're getting here. We pretty much deduced that on our own based off of what we've been getting leading up to this second half of the Majin Buu Saga celebration. And now we have official confirmation that is in fact what we're getting. So Kid Buu, let's talk a little bit about what he entails and what he can potentially bring to the game. So I pulled up the LF Blue Kid Buu. By the way, I still think there's a decent chance this character can get a Zenkai Awakening. I don't know. I actually recently did a video revisiting this character. Obviously, he doesn't have a Zenkai Awakening yet. He does have a very, very powerful unique equipment, though. And when you pair up his regen-centric abilities with the equipment that Regen has access to, and the Zenkai buffs that Regen has access to for blue characters, now with Slug and the Blue Piccolo, this character actually looks pretty damn good even now without a Zenkai. So it's possible they forego giving this guy a Zenkai until later, just because I think he's still good enough to be able to at least compete somewhat okay-ish in the current meta, even against current characters. It's kind of ridiculous. This is a very unfortunate character, I will add, because this guy came out, I believe it was February of 2021 he came out, so he is now over 2 years old. And he never really had an ample time to really show what he could do on a solid team, because back when this guy came out, Regen wasn't really it wasn't really a dominant team. Regen over the course of its existence has had a lot of lull periods. There's been peaks and valleys with the team. And when this Kid Buu released, Regen unfortunately was in a valley. And back then, Powerful Opponent didn't really exist as a team yet. So you had this very awkward release with Kid Buu, where Kid Buu released, and then the very next character that released was the Zenkai for LF Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And with him having type advantage over this Kid Buu, this Kid Buu just never really saw play anywhere. So it was a pretty unfortunate time for this character. And I'm hoping that when he does get his eventual Zenkai, whether it's now or later, he does receive the spotlight that he deserves, because he never really had the spotlight. This is a character that is by far, he was definitely good enough to be like a top 2 character in the game on release. Potentially could have been top 1 if Regen was like a good team back then. So yeah, we'll see how they handle this guy. But looking at Kid Buu as a character, because this is what I expect this character to be. I mean, it is a Kid Buu, but I think it's just going to be a standalone Kid Buu. It's not going to be like a transforming Super Buu, I don't think, but we'll see. So he's on Regen, which of course we just talked about. And he's on Powerful Opponent. And now they have set up Majin Buu Saga to potentially be somewhat interesting. So I'll pull that up as well. So he's on 3 teams, and the reason why I really do like the concept of releasing like a really strong Kid Buu character right now is because he helps 3 teams that really need help, right? It's not like we're getting a movies character, not like we're getting a God Key character with Rose, not like we're getting a future character that seems to get buffs every 2 seconds. We're getting buffs for teams that like actually need help. Like Regen does for sure need a little bit of extra help. The team has gotten, again, some sprinklings of buffs here and there. You know, we have Blue Zamasu, we have the Red Cell, we got this Purple Piccolo, who I'm not the biggest fan of, but he's okay. And so they've given us some okay characters here and there throughout the course of the past like year or so. Like, honestly, Blue Metal Cooler is pretty good. I don't know if he fits on Regen, but Red Buuhan can be pretty good, I think. So we'll see how they continue to push Regen here, but in like a really powerful, dominant Ultra character for this tag that we don't have. Like, there's no Ultra on this tag except for Omega Shenron, who for some reason still has yet to receive his unique equipment, which is ridiculous to me. But he doesn't really, he's not really a Regen character. He's more of a GT character, or I guess even Powerful Opponent works too for him. But it's, yeah, I'm interested in seeing how like a big time Ultra character releasing for Regen will actually help boost this team. Next we have Powerful Opponent. I think Powerful Opponent is a really, really flexible team. The way I've ran this team recently is, if you guys have seen my videos, I've actually, it's sort of evolved into like a hit on Future team. Because let's be realistic, Future at this point is basically just Powerful Opponent. It's just Ultra Rose, Goku Black, and Zamasu with a leader character. That's what Future pretty much is. And so I threw Hit on that team. So I was using Hit in the leader slot, Rose, Goku Black, and then Zamasu, Blue Zamasu as the 3 characters. And then you run a bench of like Green Mai and then some Zenkai buffers for the rest of the team. And it's just ridiculous. I actually have recently replaced Blue Zamasu with Purple Trunks, the new Trunks that came out alongside the Red Cell on the Legends Mega Rising banner, because I found Trunks to be a little bit more flexible with this meta than the Blue Zamasu is, because of how many Roses are running around, and Ultra Gogeta Blues as well. So Zamasu kind of loses a lot of value because of those 2 characters. But Powerful Opponent is actually not in a bad spot, but it's really tough to build the team unless you went out of your way to summon for both Hit and Rose, which most players, I can tell you right now, probably just didn't do that. But this, I will tell you guys right now, this is the team I'm actually going to be most scared of, because what I'm expecting from this Ultra Kid Buu, let me pull up just the general character list. What I'm expecting from this Kid Buu is I am expecting a yellow character. I am expecting, finally, to get a monster, mega, ridiculously overpowered, best unit in the game yellow character in the form of this Kid Buu. We have not gotten a super mega dominant yellow character since Ultra Super Vegeta released, right? I mean, we've gotten, again, some decent ones here and there. I think Trunks and Vegeta at this point actually are pretty damn good, but their release was very underwhelming and they did not perform as well as they should have on release. Master Roshi is good. I feel like his, honestly, I feel like his Mafuba is a little bit underrated at this point by a lot of people, but he's certainly not like in contention for like top 5 at this point. He doesn't really have the defensive utilities to deal with a lot of the characters. Future Gohan's unique equipment has helped him a lot, but I really don't like putting him even in the top like 15. I just don't see him being super useful at this point. He's still a solid character, but he's not. I don't think he's in that discussion of like the upper echelon of the game. Evolution Blue Vegeta is strong. I just think he's like one ability away, one strong mechanic away from being like in the top 5. Like he has the potential to be really good, but he's missing just a little bit of extra firepower, which they for some reason gated his card draw speed, which I think really would have helped him a lot. And that's really what we have. We have the Sengai Super Saiyan 4 Goku as well. I think he has just a little bit started to fall off because GT just, again, age gets power crap, just the natural progression of the game. Still a very good character though, but there's no like mega dominant yellow character that we've gotten in a very, very long time, and we need one to counter Gogeta Blue. I love Gogeta Blue. I think his release was exceptional. I think I am definitely more of how do I want to put this? I am less of a hater on his unique gauge than a lot of other players are. When I made that top 10 most hated characters video, I received so many comments of people like saying, "Oh, where's Ultra Gogeta Blue in the list?" I think his unique gauge definitely can be annoying at times, and I think it is obviously just it's extremely powerful. It's literally a self-cover change, right? So we all know how good it is at this point. And I think with him releasing at the end of December and us now being at the end of April, so 4 months later, we are definitely due to receive some kind of massive count. I don't want to say direct counter, but just a massive push out of this character. This character has been the best for too long. 4 months is way too long to be the best in this game. I think this might not be a popular opinion, but I think the slot of number 1 in the game should only be held for like 2 months. And then I think we should see a shift. Now, I'm not saying you have to power creep this guy out of the game, right? I'm not saying you should straight up make Kid Buu better than this Gogeta. I think it's possible we do see that because released before the anniversary. We can take a look at the prior 2 releases before anniversaries. We had Beast Gohan before Legends Festival. We had the androids before. We had the androids before anniversary. So they tend to give us like massively overpowered characters before big celebrations to incentivize people to use their crystals to summon for those characters, knowing that you have a big celebration coming up after that. But again, so Kid Buu, there's potential he's the best character in the game. I think it's actually pretty highly likely he is, but they don't need to make him straight up number 1 in the game. All they have to do is make him geared towards tempering this character. Again, this character, when you have characters in this game that just go on for far, far, far too long as the best character in the game, it just gets really, really stale and really monotonous. And it's a mistake they've made constantly. Red Zenkai Gohan was the best character in the game for like literally like 14 months or something like that. It was actually just ballistic how stupid it was. We had Purple Broly as the best character in the game for like 4 or 5 months or whatever it was, 6 months maybe. A lot of other characters, I can't really remember them all off the top of my head. Vegeta Blue, I mean, he wasn't the best for that long because Gohan came out shortly after that. But like, yeah, there have been a few exceptions where the characters have just been the best in the game for far, far, far too long. And I don't want them to make that same mistake with Gogeta because we definitely are approaching that period where, as much as I love the character, as much as I love the release of the character and how hype it was when he was announced, I'm ready to move on. I am. And so we need some character to release and, put him in check, I guess is the best way to describe what I would want to see out of Kid Buu here. Put him in check. Now that brings me to the issue. And as we circle back to what I was saying with the powerful opponent tag, if this Kid Buu releases and he is a massively powerful yellow character, which I think there is a very, very highly likely chance, very high likelihood, I guess is the best way to say it, very high likelihood that he is a monster yellow character, that is going to put this character right here in a really, really strong spot. This Ultra Rose Goku Black. I don't know. As much as I want Gogeta to sort of get pushed out as number 1, and sort of have some character that can at least put him in check in some way. If the downside to that and the side effect to that is making this character just straight up unprecedented the best character in the game by like a decent margin, I think I'm good. Because what you're going to end up probably doing is you're probably going to end up running this character, and if Kid Buu is yellow, he's going to cover this guy's weakness to purple, which would be Gogeta Blue, and all of a sudden Gogeta Blue basically is the one counter in the game to this character besides Purple 17. Those are like the 2 main purple characters. You occasionally find this LF Purple Rose Goku Black as well. He's pretty decent. But Purple 17 and Ultra Gogeta Blue are the 2 purples you mostly see. So just like completely shutting down those 2 purple characters via Kid Buu opens up this character to be even more of a menace. And I have been on record saying that I absolutely despise this character. I think his design is atrocious. On my most hated characters list of all time, he is actually number 3 of all time. That's how much I hate this character. It just feels so bad fighting him. It's so boring. It's so monotonous. It's get paralyzed and you just can't play the game. That's what that is. So if Kid Buu is yellow and then you pair him up with Rose on the powerful opponent team, and then you can throw on a third character, like again throw on Blue Zamasu, and then you just make the bench future with green Mai's ridiculously overpowered Z. She's had the best Z ability in the game for like almost 5 years now. Like, what? I don't know what they're thinking with that. If they're gonna let Mai have a 25% HP Z ability, they should let every team have that, because it's stupid at this point. But yeah, you have a team with Kid Buu leader slot, you have Rose Goku Black, then you have Zamasu, and then you have a triple bench of all future Z ability Zenkai buffers. Like it's gonna be stupid. It's gonna be ridiculous. So I am a bit worried about that, but we'll see if first of all they actually make this Ultra Kid Buu yellow. I think purple could be a really good typing for him, but the only reason why I say that is because I just want this guy to get pushed out. That's a personal bias against this character. I know 100%. I really am not fond of this character. All right, now we can talk about Majin Buu Saga. The problem with Kid Buu being yellow on a potential Ultra Kid Buu release, which again is like 100% likely now, is he sort of overshadows, or he will overshadow, this Super Vegito. Super Vegito is incredibly good, especially now that he's back into the featured boost. He hits incredibly hard. He's able to tank a lot better. And running 2 yellows right now, it could be good because there's not that many good red units. Hit is obviously the best red in the game. But other than Hit, like, who are you really scared of in terms of red characters? Cell? I don't know. I haven't really ran into many Cells because I don't think many people summon for him. But he could definitely be an issue. Like, there's not really anything here. The androids? That's it. Like, there's no other reds, I guess. So I guess it could be okay running like a yellow, blue Majin Buu Saga setup. You run yellow, assuming Kid Buu's yellow, you run yellow Kid Buu. You run yellow Vegito, and then you run this character for a yellow, blue setup. Could be interesting. I think honestly we're at the point where literally any buff this team gets is a good thing for them. We'll see what they end up doing here. Maybe this Kid Buu release could potentially actually end up making the Zenkai Majin, this green Fat Buu, good. I would prefer he stays dead forever. I'm really not a fan of how good he is even after his Unique equipment has released. I think he's still not good enough to compete with like the top characters in the game, which is what I'm most concerned about. But maybe this Kid Buu will have some sort of good synergy with this Fat Buu, and he'll sort of make a resurgence again. But I hate this character too, so I just hope he doesn't. I'm sounding like a very negative person in this video, but I just despise like toxic abilities, which this Buu has, and of course Rose has as well. So we'll see how they end up designing an Ultra Kid Buu here. What color do you think he's going to be? Again, I think the most likely one by far is yellow. But if he's not yellow, I'm hoping he's going to be purple. Anything besides that, I am a little bit skeptical maybe. Red, okay. I'm not like, jumping off a bridge because he's red. But if he's like green or if he's green or blue, I'm a little bit upset. Like him being green or blue makes no sense at all. Yellow makes the most sense. Purple is second, and then red is like third. But at that point, I'm like, okay, like what are they doing? So that's pretty much all we have in terms of. I mean, it's literally just a teaser on Twitter. So managed to stretch this teaser into like a 20-minute video almost here. One other thing I want to mention before we end is that I don't think we're going to get a reveal and stuff for this character, because they already did one for the Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta this month. And they usually don't release multiple reveals and stuff in the same month. So I think what will probably happen is, the typical time when we would have a reveal and stuff, I think they'll just do like one of those social media teasers where it's like the image of the character gets released. And then the following day, of course, we'll have the data download, and then we'll have the normal breakdown that I'll do on the character once the kit is in game, and we can see their full kit, right? That's the way I see this going down. Potentially they could do a reveal and stuff, but we haven't gotten an announcement for one yet, so I don't think they will do one, but we'll see. Anyway, let me know down below what you guys think of Ultra Kid Buu now being confirmed here. What do you guys think about what I discussed for him? What color do you think Ultra Kid Buu is going to be? I think this is a good release because, again, he does help buff a lot of teams that need help. Regen, powerful opponent. I don't know if powerful opponent really needs help, but I like villains, so sure. And then Majin Buu Saga. So obviously, with this being the Majin Buu Saga celebration, I guess this will be the focus here. But hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.